let's talk a moment about the possibility of life beyond Earth. We live here and we believe that we are intelligent, and monkeys are not, nor are our dogs, our hamsters, the lions in the jungle, or maybe the birds in the sky. We believe we are the supreme intellect here on this planet. And let's start looking outward. And so what about if we look past our atmosphere? Our atmosphere is about 75 miles thick. So from the surface of the Earth, we have 75 miles until there's no more air. And now you have the vacuum of space, and the vacuum of space is still not void of particles because it has maybe an atom for every mile of space. It's pretty vacant of matter. And so we look out there and we think, are there intelligent beings out there? And the fact is, our sample size can never be big enough. We can't, with the Hubble and now with the new Webb telescope, we really can't get a big enough sample still to see, are they smart? Are they intelligent? Do they have a mind? Do they think? Why do beings have to think and be selfish to be real? How come a big home, a beautiful family, and shiny cars, how come that's compared to success or intellect for that matter? Do we care what ants do on an ant hill in Africa? No, we don't, because we're smarter than ants, right? Right? I don't know. So do we even give a rat's ass about what a dog thinks when he looks at us and we think that dog is happy? We think he's content that we're feeding him bones? Do we think that he's a happy being, that he is intellectually happy? We don't know. Let's look at the possibility of life beyond our dome of life. And so if you took a scoop of water out of the ocean, you're going to see, as we said, there's not much in there but water. Without other devices, you're not going to find, anything with the eyesight you have. I got hurt, look. I punched myself in the face. But so let's explore that analogy with space. So if I were to take a picture the size of, let's say, the Earth, 8,000 miles in diameter, a big picture, and I go, well, I'm only going to swoop 1/3 of the way to the moon to begin with, right? So I'm only going to get maybe 40,000 atoms. I'm not going to get much of a sample size at all to make a determination what's out there. Now, if I can take a bigger picture, I'm talking not the size of our solar system, but the size of our galaxy. We're talking 400 million planets or 400 million stars worth of galaxy. If I scoop something there and I can look everything in the eye and see what's in there, holy crap, I'd see something. I'd have to see something. Now, Frank Drake says, and he said this back in the late 50s, early 60s, that the Drake equation says, and it's a very simple thing, the probability of life out there is too great for there not to be life out there. And that's pretty obvious, right? Because we have one sun in our solar system. We're one of 200 or 300 billion suns in our galaxy. And then there's the universe. Billions of galaxies in the universe. So all of a sudden it's like impossible. There's nothing going on beyond where we can see. Now let's look at the way we gather information. We gather it through radio waves and through light signals and through infrared imaging. We can tell if a sun has life-sustaining planets based upon the signal that we get through our infrared measurements. We can see if there's a planet going around the sun. We can see when it goes in front of the sun, all of a sudden the light from that sun's diffused, and now all of a sudden the light's less. So there's got to be a planet at 25% diffusion. That planet's got to be that size relative to the sun. So we know that's the case. We can quantify that. Science is wonderful. But we still cannot, for the life of us, find validation with who we are, because we can't find anybody to fucking talk to out there. Nobody to talk to. I'd like to talk to someone smarter than myself. And right now, this post-COVID time, it's kind of hard to find anybody smart that has good work ethics to work, right? I'm at work now. But it's just absorb this for one moment. The chances of life being out there are greater than the chances of you winning any lottery anywhere in this freaking world that we live on. Period. Because it's infinite out there. It's 14 billion years is a lot of distance for light to travel. And we're talking 14 billion light years. And light travels about 10 trillion miles in 1 year. So that times 14 billion is what? Holy crap. You can't even talk about it. It's like 140 non-septillion miles. It's crazy strong, long distances. So there's something out there. The problem is our lifespan is so short here on Earth. Like, we've only been smart now for the last few thousand years, right? And we've been here for 4 billion. So in the time clock of the Earth, we're like just 2 ticks away from the second before New Year's Eve. We're right there. It's just nothing. We are so insignificant, it's not even funny. Period. So when you think you and your shiny car and your big bosomed woman and your big old house and your leveraged life with your cars and trucks and boats, you think you're something? Dude, you're nothing, man. You're nothing. Ah!